everybody, and welcome back to Week 17 Pick'em. I'm Buddy Strange, this is StrangeVoodooTV. How you guys doing? Did you guys have a Merry Christmas? If you did, put it in the comments down below if you had a Merry Christmas. I hope you got everything that your heart desired on Christmas. You deserve it. I know it's not much, but I didn't get you anything this year. Anyway, no, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Sorry I didn't post a Christmas Day episode this year. I actually had one recorded, but the the audio file corrupted, and yeah, I wasn't dealing with it, so I just said, screw it, I'm gonna enjoy this holiday, and yeah, that was that. But that being said, we do have a pick'em to do. We have one more week of regular season football, so let's start by looking at last week's week of football. First off, we've got the win of the week. The win of the week is going to be the Ravens getting a really good team win. Team win. Offensively, great job. Defensively, great job. Good team win out of the Ravens. Lamar Jackson looked like a very capable quarterback. And that defense continuing its dominance. Just a very good team win by the Ravens on a really good opponent that they might see in the playoffs too. So that was a really good job by the Ravens. Alright, the loss of the week is going to be the Dolphins, who had a playoff spot for themselves, and then they lost it by losing to the Jaguars of all teams. Okay, Dolphins, that is definitely lost the week. Alright, SVTV's Players of the Week. Week 16 edition. Anyway, first off, we've got Offensive Player of the Week, Aaron Rodgers. It was either going to be him or Nick Foles or CJ Anderson or so many other players that just balled out this week. I could not believe it. It was probably the toughest week trying to choose an Offensive Player of the Week. Everyone just balled out. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, Nick Foles, everyone. I mean, even the rookies did really good. CJ Anderson, again, came in for Todd Gurley and just balled out. No, we are going Aaron Rodgers, just barely edging out Nick Foles, in my opinion, for Offensive Player of the Week. Aaron Rodgers here's the thing, Aaron Rodgers didn't have to do it. He went in and did it against a really good Jets defense. Nick Foles, I mean, you know what? Throw him up there too. We're having another week, whatever it was, where Amari Cooper, Derrick, and I have to break the rules this week. You know what? Nick Foles deserves it just as much. He did it against a really good defense as well, with a playoff spot on the line, and that's how you do it, Big Dick Nick. I mean, both of them, I really enjoyed both of them this week. I mean, all in all, I cannot choose one. It has to be both this week. I want to keep it to one, but this week it has to be two. So, Big Dick Nick Foles and Aaron Rodgers sharing this Offensive Player of the Week. Alright, Defensive Player of the Week, Aaron Donald. Yet another Aaron on the awards list. And again, Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald this week, he racked him up and then knocked him down. And them being Josh Rosen this week. Oh man, he's been dominant all season long. Very good season. He gets Defensive Player of the Week. Alright, Special Teams Player of the Week is going to be Dwayne Harris for a 99-yard punt return, which just blew my mind. Are you kidding me, Dwayne? But nah, he's not kidding around. He got the second longest punt return in NFL history on the Broncos on Monday night, prime time. And that was a very good, smart play, since it worked out. It wouldn't have been a smart play if he just picked it up and got tackled at the 5. But all in all, heads-up play by Dwayne Harris, getting himself Special Teams Player of the Week. Offensive Rookie of the Week is going to be Sam Darnold. I think he deserves it this week. I've been hard on him all season long. Even before this channel got restarted, he wasn't high up on my list on the draft boards. I do a yearly draft board thing, which I will start probably doing on this channel. I did it for fun and with some family members, but other than that, he was never high up on my board. I didn't care for him. I didn't like him coming out of college. And as you guys now know, he did really, really good. Really good this week. Even in a losing effort, I just love the effort that I saw this week. He put up good numbers as well. I cannot blame him for the loss this past week. He did all that he could in that losing effort, and you know what? These past couple of weeks, he's really shown me that he's improved, and I can't wait to see next year. I can't wait to see next year with hopefully an improved Jets team. I'm not a fan of the Jets, but I'm not a hater either. I like to see progress. That was good progress on Sunday. I'll give him that in these past couple weeks. Offensive Rookie of the Week, Sam Darnold. Good job, buddy. All right, Defensive Rookie of the Week is going to be Roquan Smith, getting himself Defensive Rookie of the Week on a stacked Bears defense. He showed up and he showed out against the 49ers in a close win, but a win nonetheless. That was a hard-fought battle, and he definitely deserves it for helping propel the Bears over the 49ers with some good solid linebacker play. And SVTV's Play of the Week. What are you doing, Dwayne?
Wanman on to punt away. So he drives it deep over the head of Harris. Let's see if they can pin it inside the 10. As good job by the coverage unit. Harris says, I'm going to play this because I can. And look at the return he gets. What a smart move by Harris as he gets free. How about it, Raider Nation? Wow.
All right, good job, Dwayne Harris. One of those, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, yes, go, plays. Brett Favre was great at that. Now Dwayne Harris is trying to get a piece of that pie. But anyway, real quick, everybody, I went 63% last week. Off the top of my head, I didn't do the math before filming this. I do not know if that puts me over 60% on the year, but hopefully it does. You will be seeing it on the screen if it does. Hopefully. I've got my fingers crossed that in editing it shows 60% when I calculate it. But anyway, I had 63%, and there were some games that should have gone a certain way, but it didn't, and there were some where I was like leaning on it. I almost called Baltimore, I almost called Philly, but I was like, I just think I think the Texans, I think the Chargers are a little too complete, but didn't call them, which happens. But anyway, there were a couple others, namely the Jets, the damn Jets. Come on, Jets. Losing to the Packers. Oh, after he switched it. It's all good. I've come to terms. But anyway, let's see about getting it to 60% or further into the 60s. Let's try it 100% this week. In the last week of football, let's 100% it. What do you say? Let's get into these picks. First off, Dolphins versus Bills. And this one is actually a pretty tough one. That the Dolphins are good and not good, and the Bills are not good and good. I don't know how to read these teams, but in the last week of football, I'm going to go with the home team. I think the Bills win 14-10. The Lions versus the Packers. The Lions beat the Packers the last time they played them. The Packers coming off a big win against the Jets. I've come to terms. And the Lions, I don't think they can cap the season off with a win, especially in Lambeau. Aaron wants to protect home field. He wants to win his last game of this season. Not ever, maybe, but anyway, depends who they hire, right, Aaron? Anyway, I think the Packers win 34-17. All right, the Jaguars versus the Texans. The Jaguars spoiling the Dolphins' playoffs. The Texans getting robbed of the second seed in the playoffs. Not really. They lost it fair and square, but still, that's gotta hurt. Still, I think the Texans win 20 20-10 against the Jaguars. All right, the Jets versus the Patriots in Foxborough, which is one of the toughest places to play, but not the toughest place to play. According to Sunday Night Football, Al Michaels, he said the Saints have been rated the toughest place to play by somebody. I forget who he said, like ESPN or something. Forget who the source was, but that's what they said. Anyway, it's a tough place to play nonetheless. But guess what? I think the 4-11 Jets go into Foxborough and just punch them in the mouth. Surprise everybody. They want one more spoiler game before the season ends and Todd Bowles, may get let go. I'm not sure. But that defense is good. The Patriots have struggled mighty heavily against good defenses. I think Jamal Adams gets himself like a sack or two on some safety blitzes. Leonard Williams takes over. I don't know. I think the Jets control him. I think Sam Darnold and Elijah McGuire and Robbie Anderson maybe gets a couple good ones in there. I don't know. I don't know what happens, but I think the Jets escape with a win, and I think they do it 24-20, just narrowly getting it over the Patriots. I mean, hey, crazier things have happened this season. It's just one of those seasons. Anyway, Jets win. All right, Panthers versus Saints. Okay, Tyler Heineke, his first NFL start, and he's done, folks. He is done. Sources say it will be Kyle Allen starting, and I think it's Grant Gilbert. Anyway, Gilbert, someone with the last name Gilbert, who is signed to be the backup Cam Newton, is done for the season, as we all know, and now so is Taylor Heineke. I don't think Kyle Allen comes into the Superdome and wins. I mean, hey, like I said, crazy things have happened. But as a team, I don't think the Panthers are complete enough to compete, especially in this game. And I think the Saints win 28-14. All right, the Cowboys versus the Giants, and no competition here. Even though I think the Giants will play them tough, I don't think Cowboys will do anything but win in this game and dominate, especially with them not having Damon Harrison this time. I think Ezekiel Elliott will pop off, and I think the Cowboys will win 28-23. So it will be tough. It will be toughly played. Saquon Barkley will have a good battle against Zeke for top rushing yards, but I think Zeke squeaks it out and they win. All right, the Falcons versus the Buccaneers. The Falcons trying to find anything to say this season wasn't a bust, but it is. The Buccaneers' early season magic has fallen way short of anything good. Although I predicted them to be pretty bad at the beginning of the season, they did better than what I thought they would, especially when Fitzmagic was in, and just about as good as I thought they would be with Jameson. I don't know where they would be if they kept Fitzmagic in, but I don't think it'd be too much better, maybe 7-9 at the end of the season. But that being said, I do think the Falcons come into Tampa and win. Dirk Cutter may have to say bye to his job, as I think the Falcons win 24-21 in a close game, but a loss for the Buccaneers. All right, the Browns versus the Ravens. Okay, and this has major playoff implications as the Browns come into Baltimore. Did you know, really quick fact, if Zane Gonzalez's kick wasn't blocked in week 1 and he made it in week 1, that was the tie against the Steelers. If you can't remember that far back into the season, that was against the Steelers. They had him in overtime and he had an easy kick blocked. If he didn't have that block, guess what? The Browns would be playing for the AFC North division title in this game against the Ravens. The Steelers would already be out of it, and it'd be the Browns playing for their own destiny against the Ravens in this one. But sadly, unfortunately, the Browns have been knocked out. They were knocked out last week, and although I think they will compete in this game, I think they will suffer another loss to end the season, going 7-8-1, and will not have a winning season. Unfortunately, I want to say it, Browns fans, I really do, because I really believe in this team. and I'm so excited to see them next year. But I think the Ravens will win to end the season and secure the AFC North. I think the Ravens win 27-23 in a really close game, decided by maybe a fumble or something really, like, what seems to be slim but major in the end. And it may happen early on too. But I think the Ravens win in this final game for the Browns this season. Oh man, they would have been a fun playoff team to watch. All right, the Raiders versus the Chiefs in a tough divisional matchup. The Raiders played them real tough this past time. They usually, the Raiders actually play all their division rivals pretty damn toughly. But this time, the Chiefs still get the better of them. I think the Chiefs win 31-20. Pat Mahomes, he's probably getting MVP. And might be from me too. We'll see. I'm going to do a whole awards show. So that should be fun to see who gets all my awards. Plus, I have more than even the NFL does. So, bam, eat it. We'll have a whole big show on that. That'll be fun. I've got it already planned, and that's going to be exciting. But anyway, that being said, I think the Chiefs win. All right, the Bears versus the Vikings, another tough divisional matchup, as all of these are. I meant to actually say, I wrote a note on my pad that I actually did not read that was supposed to be read at the beginning. I think, so I'm going to say it now. I think this week is going to be a very tough week. Probably, maybe even the toughest week of all weeks, because it's all divisional games. And that is really, really tough, because they usually play them harder. And in this one, oh my god. Oh, it's going to be probably one of the toughest, because the Vikings need this, so they have the hunger, but the Bears are so damn good. And I've learned in my many years, and especially this past week, you go for defense. Defense wins championships, and they win it when it means the most. They don't want to see the Vikings in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? As much as the Vikings are hungry to get in, the Bears are hungrier to spoil their playoffs and kick them out of the playoffs. Are you kidding me? There is no way. I mean, there is a way that the Vikings win, but I don't see it. I think the Bears come into Minnesota, into a dome. They're like, all right, we don't have to, suffer through this cold weather. Tariq Cohen can do his thing. Maybe get a punt return. Okay, I can see it. No, I don't know. I don't think Kirk Cousins steps up. He's not usually good in big games. He's actually traditionally bad in big games. And I think that will not prove to be good when facing that Bears defense. I think the Bears win 21-17 in a close win, but Kirk Cousins maybe throws a pick six or gets sacked by Akeem Hicks, and Khalil Mack picks it up and runs it in to end the game. Not really. I mean, it'll happen with 6 minutes left, because why would they be passing with a minute left and the lead? But anyway, it'll happen. Something will happen. It turns the tide, and it'll be a whole different ballgame. Bears win. All right, the Bengals versus the Steelers. The Bengals have a historically bad secondary, traditionally bad defensive backfield, and that is, of course, opposed by the Steelers wide receiver core that has a multitude of stars, including AJ Watt. Fuck. I might keep that in there. That was funny. AJ Watt, JJ Brown, AJ Brown. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Antonio Brown coming in. Wow, did I have a stroke? Anyway, Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster. I was getting Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown, and J.J. Watt all mixed up for no reason. And A.J. Brown out of Ole Miss, shout out to him. Anyway, woo! Merry Christmas, everybody. Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, James Washington, and even out of the backfield, Jalen Samuels, and if James Conner plays, him as well, and Jesse James at tight end. I mean, it's just a plethora of people Ben can throw to against a bad Bengals defense. I think the Steelers, with that being said, win 35-17. All right, Eagles versus Redskins. I don't think it's going to be any secret. I think the Eagles will come into Washington and beat the Redskins. They have a great roster. I kind of overlooked that fact this past week. I just thought the Texans were too complete of a team, even though I knew the Eagles would play good. That being said, Eagles have been playing really good ball, and I don't think they stop here. I think they get in the playoffs. With the way I'm saying it, the Vikings lose and the Eagles win, the Eagles would be in the playoffs, and I think that might be one of the teams you least want to see in the playoffs, and I think they make it. I think the Eagles win 27-14 over the Redskins. All right, the Chargers versus the Broncos. The Broncos losing Philip Lindsay this past week. That hurts me to say because I really like him. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets better real soon. Although it won't be real soon. He requires surgery, and it's not a good injury to begin with because it's like tendon-based as well as broken, and that's never good. He did get his 1,000-yard season, so I'm happy. I'm super happy for that. And for him, I'm glad that he got it. He proved me right, which I'm always happy about. But no, I'm just more happy for him as a player and as a person. He deserves it, and I wish him luck in recovery, and I hope he comes back and just balls out. Just for him, he deserves it. But anyway, that being said, they won't have him this next week. Of course, it'll be a Royce Freeman, Devontae Booker show. Although I think they will try to win in Mile High, I don't think it happens as they lose to the LA Chargers pretty badly. 31-16 is my prediction, which, I mean, is fair. especially with everything going as wrong as it is. Case Keenum can't throw a ball to save his life, especially in crunch time. Not anymore, at least. I don't know where the magic went, but it definitely stayed in Minnesota and didn't travel with him to Denver. Anyway, I think the Chargers do go into Mile High or Invesco Field, or to be named later, as I think it is right now, Pat Bolin Memorial Stadium, as it should be. The LA Chargers are going to go in there and win, I think. Anyway, the 49ers versus the Rams up next, and I think it's going to be a very, very toughly played game. I mean, almost to the point where the 49ers get the win, and I would not be surprised in the least if they do. I would not. You heard it here first. I would not be surprised if the 49ers win against the Rams. I narrowly picked it. I actually wrote it down and then erased it. I was so close to picking the 49ers because I think it's going to be that close of a game. But I do think the Rams win 17-13 over the 49ers. I think it's going to be extremely close and a well-played game by both sides. But I think the Rams escape with a win. All right, the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Yeah, the Cardinals are not going to go into Seattle and win. I think Josh Rosen throws 3 interceptions, and I would not be excited about this game if I were the Cardinals, but I would be excited for the Seahawks as they are going to go into the playoffs with a pretty good track record in December. Going into January, it's going to be good for them, and I think they win 28-11? Yes, to 11. All right, Colts versus Titans. Thank you, NFL. Just first off, straight up, any which way you want to put it, thank you, NFL, for the early Christmas gift. When I learned that the Colts-Titans game was flexed to the last game of the year, and it has the biggest playoff implications outside of the Cleveland-Baltimore game, this game, whoever wins is in. Are you kidding me? That is awesome. That's awesome. And I'm so glad that the NFL had enough brains to actually flex this game to the last game of the season. That is awesome. I don't often give props to the NFL itself because I'm critical because I love it. I'm hard on it because I love it and I want it to be as best as it can be. And this week, they did a really good thing. And I just first off have to give props to the NFL for flexing this game. Thank you very much. With that being said, the Colts are going to come out and lose in Nashville. What? Yes, I know what you're saying. That Colts offense is really good, and they've got Darius Leonard. How could they lose? And with that, I reply, Titans defense. Their defense is one of the best in the NFL. They're the best fourth quarter defense. Are you kidding me? That wins games, man. I've been saying it all season. No one's been listening. And if you have, thank you. And if you've been saying it yourself, thank you. The Titans defense is probably the most underrated defense right now. I mean, you got the Ravens. I'm not saying they're the best defense, just the most underrated. They're really sneaky good. I don't know why no one's caught on yet. And if I were an AFC team going into the playoffs, I'd want the Colts to win, just so they wouldn't have to face the Titans in the playoffs, where I think they will be dangerous, and according to me, I think they will get in based on that defense, and the offense will, help them. But I think the defense is going to be the main driving factor. I think they're going to shut down Andrew Luck. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but I really strongly believe that they will shut down Andrew Luck. Really good game. I think it'll be really close. I do think, in the end, defense wins championships, and out of the two, even though the Colts have Darius Leonard, the Titans have Harold Landry and Adoree Jackson and Kevin Byard and Wesley Woodyard and Jarrell Casey and just so many good players. Not just names, players. And they're really good. I think the Titans win 23-20 over the Andrew Luck, Darius Leonard led Colts team. Even though Darius Leonard will probably rack up 18 tackles, it'll be in a losing effort. Barely. And the Titans win, and that is week 17. We've made it through all 17 weeks. I am proud of you guys. Thank you for sticking along. We will be going through the playoffs as well. Don't think it ends here. It does not end here. And yes, that will factor into our tally as well of percentage and wins. But anyway, that being said, this is week 17 pick'em. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate the sub. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I really hope you had yourself a merry little Christmas. I hope you got everything that you wanted. I know I did. I got some awesome sweatpants. Or I guess pajama bottoms one, because I don't think they really make me sweat. But anyway, and some awesome framed photos and some other things, little stuff here and there. The all-important Amazon gift card, you know. But anyway, that being said, I hope your holidays have all gone well, and I hope you have yourself Happy New Year. And as always, I'm Buddy Strange. This is StrangeVoodooTV. Keep it strange, people. I'll see you in the next one, and peace out.